today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 12 girl boss productivity hacks. These are things that I do on a regular basis to help me get more done every single day. The first hack is to only work on purpose. So often we sit down to work with a vague idea of what we are going to be doing, but without a clear intention. And this means we can get all the way to the end of the day and not really have accomplished that much. So what I encourage you to do is to take your planner and not just have a list of to-dos, but actually before you start working, open it up and write down what you're going to accomplish. So write finish blog post or film video or answer 10 emails or send proposal to client. Something that has a clear finished product. We want to be producing things all the time and not just working mindlessly. Next up, eliminate distractions. We live in a busy world and there are so many things taking our attention all the time, and most of them are coming out of our cell phone. So take your cell phone and push that little button that has an airplane on it, and then it will stop bothering you all the time. Productivity hack number 2. The next productivity hack is to set yourself deadlines. As I shared in a recent video, my top productivity hack is setting a timer while I'm working for a specific amount of time that I've decided ahead of time is how long I will spend on a specific task. So you can either do it that way by setting a timer on your phone, or you can set a longer term deadline by scheduling a certain date on your calendar that you need to have a project finished by. So just pop into your calendar and then click the day that you need to finish something by and add an event that says finish report or whatever else you need to get done. The next productivity hack is simply to remember that done is better than perfect. So often we waste so many times redoing our work because we aren't satisfied with it. Now, of course, quality is definitely important, but it's better to have something be done and be able to be shared with other people and actually help other people than to worry about everything being perfect. So do your best, but then be finished with it and move on to the next thing. The next hack is to sharpen the axe. Now, there's a famous quote that you may have heard that goes something a little bit like, if I had 10 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend the first 9 hours sharpening the axe and then the last 1 hour actually chopping down the tree. Now, I know that that's not exactly what the quote is, but if you've heard it before, I know you know what I'm talking about. So basically what this means is that we need to work on improving our skills or our tools so that we can do our work more effectively. And what that practically can mean to you in your everyday life is whatever it is that you spend a lot of your time doing, or you have to do over and over again, or is the key thing that you do, if you can learn how to do that thing faster, better, more effectively, then you can be a whole lot more productive. So put a little bit of thought into what that thing might be that you spend a lot of time on, or is the most important thing that you do, and then figure out how you can get better at doing that thing so that you can get better results overall. The next hack is to unsubscribe and unfollow. I'm sure your inbox is being inundated with way too many newsletters, way too many things you've subscribed to. You also might have a lot of accounts on social media, perhaps on Instagram, that aren't really adding much of anything to your life and might even just be a distraction or really be getting you down. So be intentional about who you're following and what you are subscribed to, and choose to actively unsubscribe and unfollow so that you aren't wasting time on those things that aren't adding anything to your life. Next, say no to more things. Specifically, say no to things that don't support your big goals. Now, before you get the wrong idea about this, I don't want you to think that I mean that you should say no to anything that doesn't support your 2 or 3 main business goals or something like that. If you have a goal of making $100,000 this year, that doesn't mean you should say no to spending time with your family just because it doesn't support that goal. You have other goals in your life that are the big picture goals. Goals that have to do with how you spend your time, what is important to you, what you really want to be focused on in your life. So if you get clear about what those big goals are, what your priorities are in life, then it will be much easier for you to figure out what you should say yes to and what you should say no to. And then it's all about actively saying no to those things that don't support your goals. The next hack is to use templates. If there's something that you have to write over and over again, such as a response for a certain type of email that you get on a regular basis, then write a template response that you can simply customize each time you have to actually send that email. You can also use this for things like social media posts or proposals that you send to clients. The next way to be more productive is to save your work constantly. We've all been in that position where we worked on something for hours and then the computer crashed or the program crashed or something else went wrong and you lost all that time that you'd put into it. This has happened to me when I was writing an essay or a proposal or when I was editing a video, and it always is so awful and so annoying because it wasted so much time. So become obsessive about saving your work every 10 or 15 minutes, or use a program that auto saves your work like Google Docs, for example. Another way you can be more productive is to be realistic about what you're wasting your time on. We all have those things that we just spend too much time on that aren't really supporting our goals or adding anything to our life. Maybe for you it is scrolling on social media or watching Netflix or TV or something like that. If you can figure out where your time is being wasted, then it will be much easier for you to cut that thing out of your life or at least minimize the time that you're spending on it. One specific way that you can do this is by putting an app on your phone that tracks the amount of time that you're spending on your phone and what exactly you're doing on your phone. There's one that I'd recommend called Break Free, and it can help you see exactly where your time is going and even like how often you're unlocking your phone. My next tip might not sound like a productivity hack, but it is to schedule white space on your calendar. Now, white space is simply time that you choose to not schedule anything. So you make a block in your calendar where you don't put any appointments or any to-dos or other tasks. And this probably doesn't sound like it would make you more productive because it's saying that you won't be productive for that specific period of time. But this actually can make you a lot more productive because when you give yourself this white space, it helps you be more relaxed, which allows you to be more creative, and it also allows time for you to be more thoughtful about things in general. And that can allow you to prioritize better and get more clear about what you actually want to focus on and to more creatively solve problems. Before I share my final productivity hack with you, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I make 2 videos on this channel every single week, and I would love to have you join me for the next one. And my final productivity hack for you is to plan your day the night before. Now, I like to do this in my planner that I showed you before. I just make a list every single evening about what I want to do the very next day. And the reason that this can help you be so much more productive is because it allows you to be intentional about what you're spending your time on. So you can look at your list of goals or your priorities in life, and then you can plan tasks that will actually help you get closer to those goals and be in alignment with your priorities. And that way you won't have to waste your time either trying to figure out in the morning what you should be working on, or waste your time being unfocused and not really getting much of anything done. Now I want to hear from you. Comment down below and tell me, what is your #1 productivity hack and how does it help you get more done? I've also got a free download that I want to share with you. It's my priority planning pack, and it is a set of worksheets that can help you figure out exactly what your priorities are in life and how you can align your to-do list with those priorities so that you can actually be spending your time on things that are in alignment with your big goals in life. This planning pack is completely free, and you can find a link to download it in the description box below. All right, well, that's all I've got for you guys today, but thank you so much for joining me for today's video, and I hope to see you again next time.